Hi, this is mixtures, allegations, review. Yeah, it's a 15-20 minute video. So first we're going to do a few questions, which is the classic way of solving mixtures where the unknown becomes X. Yeah. So out here, the first question is 40 ml of boro solution has 60% Bo and the rest rho. So I would say then the 40% is rho. Is mixed with 80 ml of another boro solution, which has 30% Bo and the rest rho. So that would be 70% rho. The resultant mixture consists of what percent Bo? Okay, so Bo, what percent Bo, the resultant mixture. So first of all, whenever we are talking about what percent, then percentage is always calculated numerator upon denominator into 100%. Yeah, so that's what we're going to use. So denominator we know is 40 ml plus is mixed with 80 ml of another solution. So that's our total quantity out here into 100%. Okay, that'll be my answer, whatever the calculation. So I want to find out what percent is bore in the resultant mixture, that is 40 plus 80. So 40 ml of boro solution has 60% bore. 60% of 40 is 24 ml. Okay, 60% of 40, 10% is 4. So 60% will be 6 times 4, 24. And another 80 ml of the, is mixed with 80 ml of another boro solution that has 30% bore. So 10% is 8. So 30% will be 3 times 8, 24. So what we have is 48 over 120 into 100%. That's 12 fours are, 12 tens are. So that is 4 by 10.4 into 100. That's 1 into 40%. Got it? Now, let's look at the second question. 40 ml of boro solution has 10% Bo and the rest rho. So 90% is rho. 20 ml of pure Bo, that is 100% Bo, is added to the above solution. Then what percent of the resultant mixture consists of Bo again? So the resultant mixture is 20 ml of pure Bo and initially 40 ml of Boro. So 60 ml into 100%. Okay. So what is the numerator out here? 10% Bo. Okay. So 10% of 40 is 4. Pure Bo. So all of this 20 ml is 100% Bo. All of this 20 ml is out here. So the resultant mixture is basically 24 over 60 into 100%. So 12 twos are 12 fives are. Again, 40% is my answer because this is 2 by 5, 0.4 into 100%. That's 1 into 40%. Now we'll move on to allegation questions. So allegation questions, as you will come across, yeah. So there are allegation questions that can be solved using the classic way, but not all classic questions can be solved using allegation method. So I'll show you that part, the allegation part first, yeah, and then I'll show you why all allegation questions can be solved using the classic way, but not all classic examples can be solved using the allegation. Hang on. So now this one is 40 ml of boro solution has 10% Bo and the rest rho. Right? So 90% is rho. How much pure Bo should be added, should be mixed with the above solution to get 20% Bo in the resultant mixture. So the allegation technique is such that you need to have three percentages to work with. One is this, then pure Bo we know is 100% mixture. So that is the other one. And the third one is this. So if you don't have three percentages, you cannot work with the allegation technique. So allegation technique works like this. You either take everything in terms of Bo and solve the question, or you take everything in terms of row and solve the question. So I'm going to show you, because they are asking you that how much pure bow. So obviously it's better to take everything in terms of bow. So this is mixture 1 and this is mixture 2, and I'm taking all the percentages in terms of bow. So in the first solution, Boro solution, there's 10% bow. So remember, only take bow percentages. Mixture 2, there is 100% bow, and the resultant is 20% bow. They've given to you directly. So you cross subtract after writing it in this manner exactly. Mixture 1, mixture 2, and in the middle, down beneath, in the middle of 2, you write down the resultant. Cross subtract, you get 10% out here, regardless of the negative sign. And out here, you'll get 80%. So now my ratio of mixture 1 to mixture 2 is 8 is to 1. So you write it down. Mixture 1 to mixture 2 is 8 is to 1. Correct? Now mixture 2 is what? 100% pure bow. So we know that if 8 corresponds to 40 ml, because mixture 1 is what? 40 ml. Then this 1 corresponds to x ml. So you have a fraction equation to solve. So x is equal to 40 by 8, which is 5. So how much pure bow is added? 5 ml. You get your answer. Okay. Now I'll show you how to solve it using only row. And then after that, I'll show you how to solve it using the classic way of solving this question. And then after that, I'll show you that why a classic example, which we did before this, the first two questions cannot be solved using alligation. Okay, so first let me solve this using row only. So mixture 1, now I'll take only row percentages. So out here, the row percentage is 90%. Okay, 10% more in this mixture 1. This first solution is called mixture 1. So row is how much? 90%. Mixture 2 is what? 100% bow. So 0% is row. And the resultant is what? 20% bow. So 80% is row. Understood? Cross subtract. You got 10 out here and you got 80 out here. Okay, remember that. 80%, 10%. And you got again 8 is to 1. And then you got mixture 1 to mixture 2 in the ratio of 8 is to 1. So what this 8 is to 1 tells you is the ratio of mixture 1 to mixture 2. So doesn't matter whether you take bow or row, you'll get the same answer. And mixture 1 is 40 ml and this is x ml. And then again you get x is equal to 5. Understood? Now I'll solve this using the classic x method. Okay. So how much pure bow? Let it be x. Okay. So numerator and denominator. In denominator, it is 40 ml plus x amount of pure bow. Okay. And in the numerator, you'll have 10% of 40 ml, which is 4, and x out here into 100%. Yeah. And that is equal to 20%, basically. So percent goes 4 plus x upon 40 plus x is equal to 20 by 100. Therefore, 4 plus x upon 40 plus x is equal to 1 by 5. Cross multiply. 5 into 4 plus x is equal to 40 plus x. 20 plus 5x is equal to 40 plus x. 4x is equal to 20, x is equal to 5. Okay, you got your answer. Now see, guys. So I solved it using bow, I solved it using row, I solved it using classic example. Now I'm going back to the first question to show you that I cannot in this use the alligation technique because I got 60% is mixed with 80 ml of another solution which is 30%, and the resultant mixture is what that I don't have. So if you were to write mixture 1 60%, everything in terms of bow, let's say mixture 2 30%, resultant we don't know. So if you say, okay, Neville, why don't you take X? It's just going to make it complicated unnecessarily. So you can't really do this. Doesn't make sense. Got it? I mean, you can try it out, but see now this time 60 minus X, 30 minus X, there's always this absolute values and all those things. So don't do this. Use the classic way of solving it. So once again, I repeat myself that you can solve any allegation question using the classic example. Not all classic examples can be solved using allegation technique. So another example of allegation we'll do You can solve it at home using later on using the classic example if you like. So 30 ml of boro solution has 10% Bo and rest rho, so 90%, is mixed with X amount of another boro solution which has 30% Bo and the rest rho, so 70%. The resultant mixture consists of 25% Bo and the rest rho. Yeah, find X. So it's mixed with X amount. So mixture 1 is 10% Bo. I'm taking everything in terms of Bo. Mixture 2 is 30% Bo. And the resultant is 20% Bo, 25% Bo. Now remember, mixture 2 is X. Yeah, that I need to find out. So cross subtract, I get 15. Cross subtract, I get 5, regardless of the sign. So my ratio is 1 is to 3. So mixture 1 to mixture 2 is 1 is to 3. 1 is 30 ml, remember? Yeah, and X amount it is mixed with. So therefore, X is equal to 90 ml delta. So try later on using only rho, see if you're getting 90 ml, and then try using the classic example, see if you're getting 90 ml. And the last question for the day. Yeah, that's the last question. Mixture A is 30% Bo and 70% rho by weight. Mixture B is 20% Bo and 80% Bo by weight. If a mixture of A and B contains 25% Bo, what percent of the weight of the mixture is A? Okay. So again, mixture 1, which is A, is 30% Bo. I'm taking everything in terms of Bo. Mixture 2 is 20% Bo. If a mixture of A and B contains 25% Bo, so this is 25%, cross subtract, and you got 5%. Cross subtract, you got 5%. So that is 1 is to 1. So we know mixture A to mixture B is 1 is to 1, which is nothing but the ratio of A to B, right? Yeah, A to B. So that is the ratio of A to B, 1 and 1. So if the mixture of A and B contains 25% Bo, what percent of the weight of the mixture is A? So what percent of the whole thing? So the whole thing is this whole thing, 1 plus 1. So that is 2. And A is what? 1. So that is 50% into 100%. So that is 50%. 1 is to 2. Yeah. What percent of the weight of the mixture A? What percent of the weight of the mixture is A? If the mixture of A and B contains 25% Bo, what percent of the weight of the mixture is A? So this mixture is a resultant mixture. I should have used the word resultant out here, but it's understood. What percent of the weight of the mixture is A? Okay. So if a mixture of A and B, a mixture of A and B, so this mixture is this mixture. That's what they mean anyway. So thanks for watching. That's it. My next video will be on permutations. Yeah. I did a live session on the grid methods. I wanted to do live session for mixtures as well, but I feel um, it just is cumbersome getting everything on YouTube. Yeah, having 2, 3 tabs open on my site, and then there's a buffer session also. The previous video begins after 3 minutes, after 4 minutes. It's and then I have to make a note. So I'm just recording that. Yeah. So as usual, these are all topics used for the UGC CSIR net part A. I'll be doing part A videos only. Thank you.